This is Bengals Breakdown, your home for everything Cincinnati Bengals. No fluff, no filler. And today, we're diving straight into a story that could shape how you view the AFC North heading into the season. An exclusive article in The Athletic asked four key AFC North insiders to break down where their teams stand right now and what they said about the Bengals. You'll want to hear this. Paul Dehner Jr., who covers the Bengals for The Athletic, didn't hold back, and we're about to dissect every word. But before we get into the latest Bengals buzz, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss a single update from Bengals Breakdown. We've got non-stop coverage all offseason, through training camp, and into the regular season. So let's ride this wave together. All right, let's get back into it. Now, let's talk about this article. 4 key questions were posed to the AFC North reporters, and Paul Dehner Jr.'s answers say a lot about where the Bengals stand right now, especially as we inch closer to training camp. We're going to break it all down, and toward the end, I've got a few additional insights to keep an eye on, including how it all impacts the Bengals' mindset going into the 2025 season. Let's get into the position battle that could define the Bengals' offense in 2025. According to Paul Dehner Jr. from The Athletic, the most important competition in training camp isn't at wide receiver. It's not even at quarterback, where Burrow's finally healthy and ready to roll. It's in the trenches, at both guard spots. Yes, the Bengals have their franchise QB. Yes, the weapons are elite. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Thomas, Chase Brown, all locked in. The tackles? Solid. Orlando Brown Jr. and Amarius Mims bookend the line, and Ted Karras holds down the middle with leadership and consistency. But here's the truth. Left guard and right guard are wide open. 4 names are in the mix, but only 2 can win. On the left side, all eyes are on Dylan Fairchild, the rookie out of Georgia. The Bengals didn't draft him in round 3 to ride the bench. This guy's tough, technically sound, and nasty in the run game. He's got the inside track. At right guard, the battle gets even more interesting. Cordell Volson has started the last 3 seasons, but don't assume he's safe. He'll have to earn it again. And then there's Cody Ford, who's quietly become one of the Bengals' most trusted depth pieces. He's versatile, experienced, and could push for a starting role. The Bengals don't need stars at guard. They need reliability. If they get that, this offense becomes a nightmare for defenses. And we're just getting started. Let's not overlook Lucas Patrick, the veteran lineman brought in late during free agency. He's bounced around the league, sure, but this isn't some random pickup. Zach Taylor and offensive line coach Frank Pollock haven't just been optimistic. They've praised Patrick for what he brings to the locker room and the line of scrimmage. He's smart. He's physical. And he could absolutely steal a starting guard job if things break his way in camp. This isn't just about depth. It's about protecting Joe Burrow. Period. Because let's be real, Burrow's health is the entire season. You've already got top-tier chemistry on offense. Higgins, Chase, and Brown don't need more time to gel. What they need is time in the pocket. Time to run deep routes. Time for the playbook to actually unfold. And that all starts with the interior offensive line holding its ground. The Bengals aren't asking for all pros here. Just competent, clean football. No holding flags. No blown protections. Just 5 seconds of clean pocket and Burrow will do the rest. And you know what the best linemen are? The ones you never hear about, because they're quietly dominating. Right now, those guard spots are the loudest question on this offense. But if Cincinnati finds 2 answers before week 1, that offense becomes a complete nightmare for the AFC. Training camp is coming, and this is the battle to watch. Now let's go back to one of the key questions from the Athletics breakdown. Is there any major business left for the Bengals before training camp? The short answer? Absolutely. This time of year is never quiet in Cincinnati. Not when there's always 1 or 2 contract situations hanging in the air. And right now, There are two major names on the table, Jamar Stewart and Trey Hendrickson. Let's start with Stewart. As promising as he is, the rookie still hasn't signed his deal. And here's the issue. If that contract doesn't get done soon, he can't participate in training camp. No reps, no development, no shot to contribute early. That's a huge problem, especially for a raw pass rusher like Stewart who needs those snaps to start building NFL-level instincts. The Bengals believe in his upside, but right now, that upside is stuck on paper until the ink dries on a contract. This situation needs to be resolved now, or it could set Stewart and the defense back weeks. Now, let's talk Hendrickson. Paul Denner Jr. makes a strong point. If there's one guy who could show up a week before kickoff and still rack up sacks, it's Hendrickson. He's that type of player. Disruptive, experienced, locked in. But still, the longer he's away from the team, the more it becomes a distraction. The Bengals don't need distractions right now. They need cohesion, continuity, chemistry. Hendrickson's deal doesn't feel like a crisis yet, but no one wants this situation dragging into August. The bottom line? If the Bengals can get both of these deals squared away before camp opens, they'll walk in with a healthy, focused roster and one less storyline to worry about. But if this lingers, it could steal headlines and momentum at the worst possible time. Let's tackle one of the toughest questions hanging over the Bengals heading into training camp. Is Cordell Volson fighting for his job? The short answer? Yes, absolutely. After 3 years as a starter, you'd think Volson's spot would be safe. But this offseason has changed the dynamic, and fast. He's now battling a wave of competition, especially at right guard. The Bengals clearly like what they have in rookie Dylan Fairchild at left guard. And over on the right side, guys like Jackson Kirkland and Cody Ford are pushing hard. Volson has the experience edge. But here's the issue. His salary is now a factor. Thanks to past performance-based bonuses and renegotiations, he still carries a $3.1 million cap hit, and the Bengals would save $2.5 million if they decide to move on. That's a serious chunk of change when you're weighing two players who might be performing at the same level. This isn't just about skill anymore. It's about value. If Volson isn't clearly better than the younger, cheaper options, the team may be forced to make a tough call. What helps his case? Offensive line coach Scott Peters still speaks highly of him. Volson's work ethic, toughness, and system familiarity can't be ignored. But this coaching staff has made one thing clear. Performance matters more than tenure. If Volson is going to stick around, he has to prove he's more than just average. He has to lead that position group in camp. Because this won't be a let's wait and see situation. The decision will be made before the regular season even kicks off. Cordell Volson's Bengals future? It's being written right now. One of the biggest questions heading into Bengals training camp isn't about Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase. It's Myles Murphy, a former first-round pick, a freak athlete. But so far, he's been a ghost. Murphy didn't record a single sack last season. And for a pass rusher taken in the first round, that's flat out unacceptable. Now, as 2025 camp approaches, the pressure is on like never before. The Bengals want him to succeed. You can hear it in the way new defensive coordinator Al Golden talks about him. There's belief in the tools. The problem? Tools don't mean much if you can't finish plays. And that's been the issue. Murphy has looked slow off the edge. He's struggled to shed blocks. And he's been outplayed by teammates who weren't drafted nearly as high, like Joseph Ossai, and even rookie Cedric Johnson. This camp, it's not about potential anymore. It's about survival. Murphy has to prove that he's more than just a name on the depth chart. He has to show that he can actually help this team pressure the quarterback, especially with Trey Hendrickson's status uncertain and rookie Jamar Stewart's holdout drama. Cincinnati needs someone to step up fast. If Murphy can't take that leap now, the Bengals might be forced to move on. And that means admitting they missed badly on a premium draft pick. The edge room has names: Hendrickson, Ossai, Stewart. Johnson, but only Hendrickson has consistently delivered. If Murphy becomes the player the Bengals thought they were drafting, it would change everything. But if he doesn't, the clock runs out, and the bust label becomes real.